Hi, it's Lee. In today's video, I'll be doing a get ready with me using the products including the skincare that was in the Estee Lauder 2025 Holiday Blockbuster. This is the look that I achieved, and if you'd like to see how I got it, use the products that was in the Blockbuster, including some of the ones that I had in my dressing table already. I hope you'll stick with me today on Beauty Over 70 with Lee. Good morning, friends. It's Lee, and in today's video, I'll be doing the Estee Lauder Holiday Blockbuster video. You know, I showed you that huge red box of goodies that had all the skincare and some color in there, and I told you later, get ready with me using my Estee Lauder products that was in the Holiday Blockbuster, along with some of the things that I have in my makeup table here. So that's what the video is about today. See what is in this Blockbuster if you haven't seen it, using what Estee Lauder products that I do have. So I hope you're doing great today, and welcome to my channel. I had this glitzy headband in my drawer, and I thought this is a perfect time to pull this thing out before I pass it on to a yard sale. But you know, it's blingy, and you know me, and I love my bling. So let's get going with this Get Ready With Me Estee Lauder Holiday Blockbuster. Get off with skincare. I have cleaned and put some vitamin C on my skin. And that is absolutely all I have done to my skin. I'm going to start right off with skincare with this Advanced Night Repair. Put some here. This is an awesome product. I have used it for years. And I buy the Holiday Blockbuster every year because there is a full size of this Advanced Night Repair in the Blockbuster this year. So if you go to the counter or go on the website and you want to order just your Advanced Night Repair, then you're going to get all those other goodies free. And I buy one every single year. And I also do Lancome. And there is another brand that I get every single year as well. Now this, let me say right off, this video is not sponsored. This is not PR. Nobody sent this to my door. No, Estee Lauder, that would be nice, but they did not. I went to the Estee Lauder counter in my town and I purchased this with my own money. I do every year, as I just told you. Okay. I'm going to let that Advanced Night Repair soak in for a little, just a few minutes. And I'm going to use the Resilience Multi-Effect Cream. I'm going to apply some of this. And let this soak in. And I'm going to, after this, the skincare, I'm going to apply just a little bit of the night cream. Oh, it feels wonderful. It absolutely feels wonderful. Now, some of you like Estee Lauder, some of you don't. I don't have a great deal of color in Estee Lauder anymore, back when I worked, I did freelance for the company for some time, but I just don't have a lot of the color anymore, the lipsticks and the eyeshadows and the color line. But again, I have used the Advanced Night Repair and the eye cream night, but I'm going to apply just a little bit of this under my eye in the morning. But today we're going to go ahead and pull out this full size eye cream that was in this Blockbuster this year. I just opened this. I'm going to touch just a little bit what was on the lid and just smooth this out and let all this soak in. It lasts forever. Absolutely lasts forever. I want to get those eyes really, really hydrated. I want to be nice and hydrated here. See the gray? It's up there. I thank you for your vote. When I had said, do I let my hair go gray? Do I color it? But you know what? As for now, my friends, I have an appointment for color and highlights. So we're going to see how this goes. I know every time I put more color on, I back myself up a little bit more toward getting the gray growing out. But some of you just said, but I've never seen me with gray hair. You haven't seen me with gray hair, so how do I know? And I thought about buying a little gray wig just to see, but I know what I'm going to look like. I'm going to take it off and slang it. Setting in, I'm going to use my MAC paint pot for my eyes that I always use to prime my eyes with. Be setting in while the skincare is absorbing and doing its thing, because I don't want to put that on and go directly with my makeup. Just a special brush that I use for that. Some people use their fingers. I don't like to get my nail down in there. I have this special IT Cosmetic brush. Works perfect for me, so I just go with this special brush. I hope you got some rain if you are in a dry area, but we got quite a bit of rain here in East Tennessee last night, and it's windy. In other words, it's just hot. It's just hot under these filming lights anyway. If you watch the video about that I told you about my daughter having the issue with her breast and having to have 2 surgeries, if you haven't watched that, and if you want to know what's going on with her, you know, it's it's in my video links. Just go down, and if you want to watch that. But she's doing good. She's going to getting ready to start her radiation. She had 2 breast surgeries, and she's getting ready to start her. Been sent to an oncologist center, and going to start her radiation. I don't know how much she'll have to take, but it's better than chemo. God is good. Yes, He is. And I'm going to just pat that now and let that be setting in while the skincare was working. So I think we're going to go right into our foundation and concealer. Now, one of the items that I did pick up to get the Blockbuster was a new Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. I said, I want the same one, and she said, at the counter, and she said, well, that one is no longer available. We have a new one. The description box. This is a brand new Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. And we're going to see how this shade works. So I'm going to put a little bit of concealer right here on these ugly spots that I have here. Before I start, and we'll just put the cap back on this, and we will set that aside and use that under the eye in a little bit. Wedge to blot my concealer. Always have, probably always will. Looks mighty funny with this no makeup and hair sticking straight up with this glitzy hairband, doesn't it? I know, but hang in there with me, my friends. We're going to go right into our Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I have used this foundation for years. I probably will the rest of my life off and on. It's not a staple for me that I use every day, but I have used it for years, and as I just said, I probably will use it off and on the rest of my life. It does not come with a pump. I wish they put a pump in here for $52, but it does not. So you know what? I went on Amazon, and I'm going to link this in the description box. So if you are an Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation wearer and you're searching for a pump and won't want to buy one from Estee Lauder, then go on Amazon. It comes in a pack of 2, and I think they're around $6. So I'm going to link that in the description box on the Estee Lauder Double Wear pumps, and this is what it looks like. It has a clear cap, and you just unscrew it and take your other cap off and put that. It matches the gold on there, and then your cap, and it's secure. It's not going to spill or anything, and it's well worth. You get 2 for $6, and there's some other foundations in my foundation drawer that this will fit as well. So I think it was a pretty good buck for $3 for the pump, as opposed, I believe they charge, is it $8 for a pump? So anyway, grab my little easel here to squirt out my foundation, and I'm going to put out about maybe 1.5 pumps. And foundation brush, which is It Cosmetics, will be listed in the box, into the brush and start applying. I find that if you stipple it, any foundation, in my opinion, again, it's my opinion, rather than rubbing and pulling, you'll get more coverage. It's hard to look over at my camera because my head has to be turned here to see what I am doing. At 77, the eyes are not good. You know what I've been through. On the neck, whatever's left on my brush, I just pull straight down on the neck. I love Double Wear. Love the foundation. It's medium to full coverage. It is buildable. You can just last a long time too. That aside, and if I need to go back to that at any point in time, it's still going to be okay for me. Estee Lauder powder. I do not. So I'm going to pull out my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Put a little bit in the lid. It does have a sifter. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit in the lid. And grab my powder brush and just set a little bit of that, avoiding the eye area for right now. The brushes that I'm using will be listed in the description box, mostly BK Beauty, Rougher, and It Cosmetics. Don't despair, my friends. The brush video is coming up. I wanted to get these holiday things out of the way first. I went off camera and done these brows. As you know, with my vision, I can't see to do them, and it takes forever, and I didn't want to bore you to death. So I went off camera, done my brows, and I'm back, and we're going to start directly in with the eyes. Eyeshadow base is dried down enough. Now, there was a lovely eyeshadow palette in the Estee Lauder Holiday Blockbuster this year. So we have 7 gorgeous shades in here. And I'm going to share, this is what we're going to use today. Look at those. I chose the neutrals. You can choose the light shade, or you can choose the neutrals, and that is the color that I chose. So that's what I'm going to be using today doing these eyes. To put a coat of mascara on my eyes so it can be drying. And I'll be using there is a full size Estee Lauder black mascara in the special this year, but I'm not going to open that one. I had a promotion from back in the spring, I believe, a small size that was left, and it was in my mascara drawer. So why should I open that new one when I've got this one that I want to use up before it goes out of the 90 days, which it's almost. I'm going to use it today. And I'm going to be ditching it because I got this. It was either spring or summer. It might have been in their summer GWP. But anyway, I always swing by the counter and pick those up. And you're saying, why do you put a coat of mascara before you do your eyes? It's just me. I have no lashes. So what I do have is so very light. So I'm going to put just a light coat so I can see where I'm going. It's just Lee. Now, on the bottom lashes, when I finish my eye look, I will use the e.l.f. lash extension because I like that mascara on the bottom. And add a light dusting of translucent powder on my eyes before I start. This neutral shade right here, just to put a wash up in here. We're going to start with that. Tap it off. Shade right here, I will use the more neutral shade right here. I think I'll use that just to do a transition because I have hooded eyes. You know, I have to build it high enough to where when I open my eye, you can see the eyeshadow. Rougher number 1 brush. Let's see what happens. I have not worked with these. You saw me. This is a brand new. I have not worked with these colors, so let's see what happens here. We may have to go darker. And the crepiness on this skin makes it even more difficult. I'm glad you like longer videos, because when you do a get ready with me, it does take a little bit of time. And you wanted them, so I'm going to bring them to you. You keep your eyes right there, my friends. And I'm also considering doing some uncut videos. And an uncut video is where I don't cut anything out. I keep the camera rolling. Whatever happens, happens. You're going to see it all live right here at my dressing table. If you want to see that, it might be a disaster, but if you want to see that, you vote for it and we'll do it. We'll do a couple and then you guys may quit watching, huh? But we'll go back to the regular. But, you know, we can try anything. If it don't work, we'll go back. I'm looking in my other mirror over here. Okay, I think I'm going to go with a darker shade. I'm going to clean my brush and use the same brush and go into this darker shade right here just to build a little bit here. I'm going to use that second darkest shade right there that's got brown, but it's got a little bit of plum in it as well, between the two shades actually. Sometimes you got to do that, just bounce back and forth. I'm going to try to use, if I can, use every color that's in this palette. For number 15, and I'm going to blend. I'm going to dip into this light shadow, and I'm just going to blend that. Just give it a good blending. It's like baking a cake. Just stir that baby up. Grab my Nikki LaRose brush, eye shields. And I like to do that because it prevents fallout. Usually you don't get a lot of fallout with the Estee Lauder shadows, but you never know until you try. Sometimes they'll mix colors in these palettes that are not in the regular line, and you just never know what they're going to do. It's potluck. That's what we have so far. Now I'm going to clean my brush. A pretty little pink shade right there. I think that will give me some highlight. It's pretty. Lighten things up a bit. Lids. At 77, what can I expect? You know, I mean, the Sigma brush. I'm just going to blend just a touch on this. Tie a lot of this together best I can. Okay, I went ahead and popped on my little half lashes, and I went ahead and tight lined my eyes just a little bit. I can't do a lot, and I will have all of that color in the description box. Now, as you can see with the half lashes, I'm going to come in close so you can see this if I can. You see where the half lashes stopped? You can see a little bit of that. So what I'm going to do at that point, I'm getting so shaky at 77, so shaky. It's very difficult for me to do it anymore with my age, and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to wear my little lashes when I film. But I'm going to try today and hope I don't mess up and have to clean it up. But I use the little e.l.f., the tiny little e.l.f. pencil. It has a point like this, and I'm just going to take this, and I hope I can do this on camera. Takes me a little while, so bear with me while I'm the shakiness. I'm going to just fill in those gaps a little bit by putting up in there so you can see what I'm doing. I hope you can see what I'm doing anyway. Between the two, do you see the difference in this eye and this eye, what I've done with this little liner? Now, I didn't go all the way into the center, but I wanted you to see the difference, because if you leave that open and you don't line it, it looks pretty bad. Mine is not perfect, but it's better than this one. So let's see if we can get a little bit over here. I'm just laying it and just trying to fill in that little gap. And yes, I got a spot. You see the little spot at the top? I'm going to try to camouflage that and get it with a Q-tip, but I don't know if it's going. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Micellar water to get that, but I'm going to take a little tiny brush. See if I can pick that. Let me get a pointy Q-tip. These pointy Q-tips, I have regular Q-tips and then I use the pointy ones. These are great for little things like that. Dip it in the little tip in micellar water and just dab on that, and you can go over it with your shadow. That's a great little tip you can clean up. I'm going to do a video on just my little tips. It's what I do. It may work for you and it may not, but you know, I'm going to do a video right there, just popped in my head, on my little makeup tips, okay? So I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to give many away, so let's see if this will work. I'm going to just touch this and see. I don't have my cellular. I'm going to see if it's going to pick up without being dry. I think we got it. Yep. Didn't want that spot on there. I think the eyes are looking pretty good. I'm going to, when I do the bottom and clean up a little bit, I'll do a little bit more to the eyes. But for right now, let's see what we need to do. We just might as well go ahead and finish those eyes. I think I will do contour, blush, and color, and then go back and touch the eyes up when I do the concealer and do the mascara. Okay, let's do some contour. My Kelly contour palette. It has these 6 shades of contour in there. That's my mirror. If you hear something popping and flipping over here, that's my mirror. Let's get a little contour rock in here. I'm using this shade right here, the first one. And my rougher number 4. My Nikki LaRose brush to put some contour down the bridge of my nose. all the way up in here. Light to go down the center. Okay, let's get some blush on. Now the blush that came in this Holiday Blockbuster is a very sheer blush, and I don't know that it's going to work. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's going to. It's so super sheer. It's a roll-up, and I'm going to put a little bit here on my hand so you can see it. Do you see that? It may. Do you see this color right here? That's the color it is. It's very sheer. We're going to try it. And I have a backup here just in case it doesn't work. So let's try to see if this is going to work here. Put it right on top. It may. We'll make it work. Keep your fingers crossed. We're going to make it work. I'm going to grab my rougher number 5. Let's see if we can blend this in. It's a pretty color. It's like an everyday, it's maybe a glamour look here. I'm not going for a glamour look today, although holiday, but it's pretty. I think it might work. Sometimes my blush, one side always has more than the other. So let's put a little bit more here. What do you think, my friends? Think it's going to work? I'm turning from side to side. I need your feedback. Come on. Come on. Let me know. I think it'll be fine. You can really tell after you get your lipstick on. Lipstick color that we're going to be using. There was 2 in here. There was this shade, and then there was that vibrant red that you saw me when I showed you just the Holiday Blockbuster and told you I was going to be doing a Get Ready With Me. So this is the shade we're going to be working with today. It's kind of brown. May have to put a little gloss to brighten it up. I do need a liner. I feel you always need a lip liner to make your lipstick look better. I think that little Revlon liner worked out fine with that. There is a gloss, still has the polka dots on it. The lipstick feels very good, very nourishing, very soothing, not dry at all. Let's put a little bit of gloss on. I just concentrating right in the center, top and bottom. Let's do the rest of the eyes. We're going to get this together eventually. Hang with me, my friends. There is not an eyeliner, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to dip right in. I'm going to take my little flat Sigma brush. It's a little flat brush. Can you see that? And I'm going to use this darker shade right here on the very end, and I'm going to tip in there, and I'm just going to put a little bit of liner on the bottom. But before I do that, I'm going to put a coat of my e.l.f. Lash Extreme, which is my favorite. Here is my Lash Extreme by e.l.f. I love this mascara, period, for top and bottom, but we're using the Lauder today, and I love this for the bottom. If you only use it for the bottom lashes, it's worth it because it's a tubing mascara. And I like to swirl it around and let it dry just a little bit. So I'm going to put a coat of what lashes I have on the very bottom. On the bottom, I'm just going to tap the brush and try to fill in a little bit with some color. Now I have another little brush that I use, and it's by Nikki LaRose. This little brush here, I think it's the N12. This is a fabulous little brush for blending that into. This was in that first set of Nikki LaRose brushes that I purchased, and I absolutely love it. And I'm thinking about buying her second set, but I'm going to wait. I do believe I'm going to wait until they go individual, when she's selling them individually, because there's two brushes I have my eye on. Put just a little bit on top of this blush. Do we need more? Highlight the highlight points of my eye, you know, to where the light hits. It gives you a more youthful glow. Now I'm going to grab my finishing powder, which is my Hourglass Ambient Light 1 is the one that I use, and I'm just going to take my big brush and just go right over all three shades and just set. Concealer, and I'm going to put some powder on the concealer. Here we go with our new Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. Let's see if this shade is going to work for us. Get those dark and clean up in there. See if this shade's going to work for us. If not, I'll just take it back and exchange it for the shade that I need. Button Flashy concealer brush. I hope I got enough. Get those dark crevices in there, those dark areas, and clean this up. I'm sorry I'm not looking right in my camera, but you know, I have to see this in my mirror to see what I'm doing, so I try to angle to where you can see what I'm doing. You know, I'm glad that I picked up this Blockbuster. Like I said, I do one every year. And I think this year they outdone themselves by putting the skincare, one skincare item, the Advanced Night Repair, is $85, and you get a full size $85. So, you know, if you use that, it is well worth it. Do you ever lose a brush? Well, I've lost a brush. I have lost a brush. Here we go. Here we go. Now I'm going to go back to my Laura Mercier translucent powder that I put in that lid, and I'm going to just dip in there and then just use that same brush and then just set this concealer. Flipping it over on the other side and just setting that. This by Rougher. And I'm going to take that same light shade and put just a little bit in the corner right here. Just dab it and put just a touch right here in the corner just to brighten this corner up. Okay. Okay, that's our finished look. I'm going to go do something to this hair. Look at this. Should I stay like this? Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to do something to the hair. I'm going to put on my jewelry, and I will be right back to share my finished look and give you my take on the Estee Lauder Blockbuster. Stay with me now. I'll be right back. And this is the finished look that I achieved with the 2025 Holiday Blockbuster from Estee Lauder. I used the products that was in the kit, as you saw, including the skincare and the other color, the shadow, and the other colors that I had in my dressing table, which was the Estee Lauder Double Wear and the new concealer that I purchased, along with the other products, will be listed in the description box. So this is the look that I achieved. I'm going to turn from side to side and let you see. I think the blush pulled out okay. It's a nice blush. It's creamy. It's a good, I think it's a fantastic brush. My take on the products, I will give you in just a moment when I show you the finished look. I'm going to turn from side to side and let you see. This is how the eyes turned out with those gorgeous colors. I'm happy with the look. I'm glad that I chose the neutral eyeshadow palette. Of course, if I would have chosen the other lighter color, I would have liked those just as well, because being Estee Lauder, what's not to love? And again, this video is not sponsored. It was not sent to me by PR. This is in my own words. I bought it with my own money. And this is the finished look. So I thank you for watching today. If you haven't subscribed, I invite you to do so. I hope you'll hit the like button and the hype button, which gives me points and helps spread me around on YouTube a little bit more. It really helps me out, my friends. My take on the products, I think it's a great value. I think if you went to the Estee Lauder counter just to buy the Advanced Night Repair for $85, a 1 ounce, you get the other products for $5, and it's well worth the value, in my opinion. I'm glad I purchased it. I buy them every year, and I want to leave you with my favorite words. Go out and make today better than yesterday, but always remember that I love you. I'll have a video for you, my friends, next Thursday, and this time of year, I have been known to upload extra videos on a Sunday, so I hope you'll turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. So I will see you next Thursday, if not before. Have a great week, my friends. Bye-bye.